Yeah, the hardest part about this is like the guilt. Oh, damn it. You empath boys and girls will struggle with this. Let me tell you something. I mean, I did. For the first 2 years, I could not even entertain the idea of cutting people out my life. I said, damn, Lord, why is it that rolling with you is so hard? And then I heard, it's not that rolling with me is hard. Now that you're rolling with me, you're rolling with the truth. Now, people that will get near you will have to be the truth, and also people with good intentions. Dave, let me share one more thing that made it a little bit easier to do this. Say that you go to the doctor, and the doctor says to you, man, your leg is like contaminated right here. We're gonna have to cut it off. Even though you have nice feet, like, nice legs, especially you ladies, you're gonna have to make the right decision right here. If you don't, this contamination will spread through your whole body now. You know? Yeah, hello people of the world. Welcome to Awaken the Eagle. My name is Alula. I'm back with another video. This video is a video that I'll make with a little bit of hesitation. Now, partly because, man, letting people go during my spiritual awakening has been the hardest thing I ever had to do. When I look back at it, that was the biggest test. Now, some of these people that I sadly had to cut off, these people are part of me my whole life. I mean, how do I begin to even entertain this idea? Now, on this journey of spiritual awakening, guys, comes a crossroad. There comes a time where you have to make a separation. You know what I'm saying? Now, this video applies to people that are looking to put the past behind them. Now, if you don't have the discipline, the guts, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be very hard for you to picture whatever it is that you want to come to life. If I can put it like this, guys. Seriously speaking. Now, as you rise in your vibration, you're gonna see the truth. And the truth is, most of the time, people around you are your biggest obstacle You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes these people might not be doing this intentionally. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you say you want a better life for yourself, you have to make the hardest decision, which is to cut people off that you think that do not belong in the next chapter of your life. Now, the number one question is, when is the right time to do this? How do you know, you know what I mean, when to cut people out of your life? I did wonder this very thing. Now, after many years of heartbreak about this very issue, let me share with you things that helped me to pass this hardest river that was in my mind. In fact, I knew that if I was not strong enough to put this behind me, you know what I'm saying, that will affect what the reality I'm trying to create myself, for myself. Yeah. Now, let's get down to the points. How do you know when to cut people off your life? In fact, when you're on this journey of spiritual awakening, at the beginning, you might think to yourself, oh man, this is a nice journey. You know, I might even bring these people with me. Now, as you progress on this journey, there comes a time where some people will have to drop off. Now, this decision, it's so hard. It's a decision that basically is the decision that you're going to have to make for life. Now, sometimes this decision will carry a lot of guilt, regret, and all the negative emotions that goes with it. Now, in order for you to do this, the first thing you got to do, guys, is go into isolation. Now, this isolation is more than just a retreat. This isolation is an assessment of everything that will be in your life moving forward. Now, the reason why isolation is so important for a time being, guys, is as an isolation, you will get to discover what kind of people you want in your life in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Isolation will help you establish your new identity. Now, the next reason why isolation is so important for this reason is, now since you disconnect, after some time, you're going to want to reconnect back, which is the right thing to do. Now, in this reconnection, you're going to get to discover how these people make you feel. Now, I stayed about 2 years, just to myself. I was not completely in isolation, but I was to myself most of the time, doing spiritual work. Most importantly, assessing myself. In my younger years, since I came from a large family, I was so caught up with a whole lot of people. I had no idea what emotions was mine and what was borrowed emotion. Now, is this isolation, after being in this isolation and reconnecting, this gave me a perfect view. I would interact with a certain family member. I would feel a certain kind of way. I would interact with another family member, and I would always feel some kind of way. Now, if I found that this is lowering my vibration, then you got to follow that emotion, guys. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get down to the second point. How do you know when is the right time to cut somebody out your life, especially your family, when you're not on the same vibration anymore? Now, if you're not on the same vibration anymore, there is no more connection. All connections are created on vibration level. Now, if you want to change yourself, if you want to change your life, you got to raise your vibration. If you raise your vibration, other vibrations that are not compatible with you must leave and will leave. Now, if you resist, there comes the suffering for you, and you're going to prolong your spiritual awakening and where you're headed. All right, let me give you one more. How do you know what is the right time? Whom to cut out of your life, I should say, for this last point, is when you go silent and they don't respond. Yeah. Now, if this happens, guys, there's your answer already. You know what I'm saying? Now, certain people, especially family members and friends, shall only be with you, shall only hang around with you, as long as you serve some kind of purpose in their life, as long as you help them, especially in areas of emotional support. Now, when you're rising your vibration, when you're changing yourself, you're going to need to take your power back so that you can charge it. You can charge your new life with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, another thing that isolation will do for you is it will make you go silent. Now, when you go silent, real family members, people that are walking on your path, man, they'll reach out to you. And people who was there for the negative reasons, you know what I'm saying? At first, they might try to shame you. They might try to guilt you. But most importantly, that will disappear. Now, let me close this video by sharing this story about this wonderful friend that I have. Now, when I began this journey of spiritual awakening, and now, man, my life has done a 360. Completely different view, different everything. Now, that also involved 95% of people I knew had to go on a chopping block. Chop, gone, bye-bye, see you later. in most cases, not to interact with them again unless it's necessary. But there was this guy, even though he wasn't a perfect guy, he says to me, man, you're my friend. I cannot let you go, he says. Now, he did not just say this, he showed it. You know what I'm saying? And this guy's even from a completely different race from me, which made me be so surprised about this. You see what I'm saying? And he would reach out from time to time. And I finally said, yeah, bro, you too, you're my best friend. Yeah.